All right, guys. I'm making this video before I teach it to you, so hopefully this review will review what we learned in class on Thursday, so because you're supposed to do this on Friday. And I definitely don't have time to make this video on Thursday. Okay, so we learned some new scales. Our first scale that we ever learned was our first position scale. Now, I'm just going to not do finger picking position for now because my thumb is really used to doing it. Eventually, though, finger picking will make playing so much easier and a lot faster. But for now, I'm just going to use my thumb. So we know our first position scale: open 1, 3, open 2, 3, open 2, 3, open 2, open 1, 3, open 1, 3. Right? So we know our first position scale. Now you got to remember the letters for it. E, F, G, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. All right, we know the letters. After that, we learned our C major scale, which is E, F, G, A, B, C. We start on the letter C. Hint, C major scale tells you what note it starts on. C major starts on C. So C, we go C to C. We just start from this C, and we go to the next letter C. C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. And that is your C major scale. Oh my goodness. Right, C major scale. All right, so that is the C major scale. And then we learned our G major scale, which has what we call an accidental in it. If you remember, we learned F sharp because we know that this is F. And then if we go up one fret, it's F sharp. So we start on our open G string. G, A, B, C, D, E, F sharp, G. And it sounds just like the C major scale. But we start on G this time. Okay, we learned those three scales, and then we started learning our chromatic scale, which is where we started using our little pinkies and started getting used to that. Open 1, 2. Or we go open 1, 2, 3, 4, open 1, 2, 3, 4, and you just do 1, 2, 3, 4, except for on the G string. And this one you only go 1, 2, 3, because the fourth fret on the G string is the same as B. It's the same note. We don't need to play B twice. Did you hear that? I totally put my fourth finger down on G and it sounded weird because when I went to B, it was the same thing again. All right. So we learned those scales. Now we're going to learn, or I taught you in class already, should have taught you in class, two more scales. They're just major scales, but they do include having to use the pinky and like second finger when we normally haven't. So we're doing different finger patterns. These are just our plain major scales. There are a total of 12 major scales. We have learned two, C and G. Now we're going to learn scale D. So the letter D starts on D, which is our open D string. It goes D, E, F sharp. So open 2, 3, open 2, open 1, 2, 3. Yep. So we got new fingers. We're going to be using our second finger on the B string to make a C sharp. And we're using our fourth finger on the D string to make F sharp. So D, E, F sharp, G, A, B, C sharp, G. Open 2, 4, open 2, open 2, 3. Open 2, 4, open 2, open 2, 3. Open 2, 4. that's the D major scale. D, E, F sharp, G, A, B, C sharp, G, D. That last note is D, my bad. And that is your D major scale. We should have learned that in class. Our next scale that we should have learned in class, hopefully, is the A major scale. What note do we start A major on? A string. We started on the A string. So A, B, C sharp, D, E, F sharp, G sharp, A. New notes. So open 1, 4, open 1, 4, 1, 2. We move on to the next string, but it's not an open string. So we are not going to play an open G string. We got to play G1, G2. A, open 1, 2, 4, open 2, 4, 1, 1, 2. Okay? Open 2, what? Open 2, 4, open 2, 4, open 2, 4, 1, 2. Oof. Gotta make sure that your fingers aren't so far away from your strings when you're playing them because they'll have a hard time making sure you land the correct string. Obviously, I'm having that issue. Open 2, 3, open 2. And that is your A major scale. So now we have 4 of the 12 scales learned. Yay. Okay, hopefully you have a handout for that on how that works. So you gotta practice those new scales. Yeah. Practice all of the scales that we learned. First position, chromatic, C, G, D, and A. And then try and practice them in finger picking position. Now, finger picking position can be difficult if you don't leave your fingers on your strings. So try doing this exercise. Well, my bad. Where you pluck each string roughly 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. While you keep the rest of your fingers on their string. Now, the weakest ones are always, they're going to be the ring and the pinky fingers. Now, I'm one of those people where I can't separate. I can't put my pinky down by itself. So it might be a little more difficult for me. If you have a hard time doing the pinky thing while keeping your ring finger down, practice it. Or you could just do double ring fingers. You can have 2 strings to the ring finger. So practice those. But first off, learn these and then do this. All right. Scales. Fun stuff. This is just going to make you a lot cooler when it comes to playing fast, melodic things and soloing on your instrument.